Why are people flocking to Buc-ee's so much? What's going on, marketing professionals? It's Adam Reesberg back with another video here. This video is not a part of any series per se, although I think it could turn into a series if you guys like it. I'm going to be breaking down some of my favorite companies that I just see out there in the world with no relation, no ties, and I'm going to be diving into the marketing tactics that they've taken in order to have an effective marketing strategy. The first company that I want to feature is an establishment that we all know and love, Buc-ee's. And my question for this video is, what is Buc-ee's without their billboards? Let's get into it. So I'm sure that you've seen them, and you might be, as a marketing professional, wondering what the ROI is on billboards. Okay, Buc-ee's is putting on a masterclass of how to effectively use billboard marketing to drive business. The answer to the question I asked in the beginning of the video, spoiler alert, I think Buc-ee's is a glorified gas station without their marketing materials on their billboards. When you are about 100 miles from Buc-ee's, you know it. And when you're about 20 miles from Buc-ee's, you really know it. And when there's a Buc-ee's right around the corner, this is when they dive in and you know that a Buc-ee's is coming up, so you got to stop. So I think what Buc-ee's did, what their marketing team did, is they sat down and they're trying to brand and they're trying to advertise their gas station. And they're trying to get people into the gas station, right? So they built a great customer experience, part of marketing. They offer, there's got to be over 100 different stations, gas stations, to get your gas at in each individual location. They have any drink you could possibly want right there in the store. They have food. They have beef jerky, they have all the chips, they have literally any snack that you could think of available at their gas stations, okay? So they built a great customer experience. But in order to back up this great customer experience and tell everyone that they have this great customer experience that an average driver is gonna wanna stop at, they implemented a billboard campaign where before and after every Buc-ee's gas station, there's gotta be, I'm just coming up with a number off the top of my head, 20 to 40 billboards as you're leading up on I-95 or whatever highway you're taking, that there's a Buc-ee's right around the corner. So they have this great customer experience and they needed to let everyone know. So when we look at Buc-ee's, we see what we know of Buc-ee's and the customer experience that we experience when we go into Buc-ee's. Kids love Buc-ee's because of all those options that I just mentioned at the beginning. Parents love Buc-ee's because it's a nice rest stop in between stops. And I know, for me personally, I'm not like a huge Buc-ee's fan, but if there is a Buc-ee's and I know it's coming up because of the billboards, I'm more inclined to wait a little bit, further my trip to make sure that I stop at a Buc-ee's to get everything that I could possibly want, okay? So I know that their marketing is working because me personally, as a marketing professional, I'm going to stop in there 9 times out of 10 unless I need gas quicker than a Buc-ee's is sooner. I know people that will stop and get gas, and in 50 miles there's a Buc-ee's. They're going to stop at the Buc-ee's anyway. They've done such a great job. Shout out to their marketing department. Honestly, I wish I could have worked on a team like that to create this funnel of cars into their parking lots. What came first? I really do wonder, what came first? Was it the large gas stations and the customer experience, or was it the marketing and they had an influx of customers so they added on later? I think that Buc-ee's set out to build one of the best gas station experiences in the world, and then they backed it up with strong marketing. So what is Buc-ee's without the billboards? Without any marketing that Buc-ee's has done, Buc-ee's is just a glorified gas station. It would just be the same as a Parker's, a Circle K, a Quick Trip. I'm just naming the Southeast brands because that's where I live. A BP, a Shell. It's just that. And when they were building out this gas station, I'm sure that they had competition in mind. Consumers who drive cars have options about where to get gas. And they oftentimes will go to the cheapest location. Any family of 4 that goes to Buc-ee's isn't walking out of there without spending more than $150 between gas and all the food that is picked up along the way. If you're hungry, why not stop at a Wendy's or a Burger King or your favorite fast food joint? Why are people flocking to Buc-ee's so much? They've created a culture around Buc-ee's that spark some sort of emotion out of the consumers that walk in there. And we're going to create a whole series on emotion-based marketing in later episodes. I hope to create one here middle of this year, middle of 2025. So if you're watching this, maybe it's already out. But Buc-ee's without their billboards is just another gas station. Buc-ee's with their marketing and their billboards is Buc-ee's. So now the question comes, well, why spend so much money on billboard campaigns? If the average billboard is, say, $5,000 a month, they're spending tens of millions of dollars every single year on these billboards, okay? So we're talking about maybe upwards of a $20, $30 million investment into their billboard campaigns, and they don't really do much other marketing other than their merchandise that I know of. So the question is, why spend all that money on this billboard campaign? Well, the answer is that because if they stop the billboard campaign, Buc-ee's returns back to being a gas station. And here's the thing, with any marketing effort, you know, after, let's just say that new management came in and they cut all marketing, they said we could save $30 million a year by not having these billboards out here, these stupid billboards that don't do anything. Let's change to paid media and let's target people as they're coming down the road. Well, consumers are on their phones when they're driving, and those are often the decision makers. So, you know, I think that there are a lot of companies and a lot of management who are just trying to cut expenses left and right, and they fail to recognize that Buc-ee's is Buc-ee's because of those billboards. They've done a fantastic job of branding, they've done a fantastic job with their customer experience, and they've done a fantastic job with advertising. And remember, those three things are what make up marketing. So all three of those things are working in conjunction to drive traffic to Buc-ee's, and that's why Buc-ee's is the best gas station in the world. Really, when you're trying to justify these marketing expenditures to your staff, and if you're working with a small business or you own a small business and you're trying to market yourself, you have to know that it takes money to make money. You have to spend those dollars, even if there's not a short-term benefit, there is a long-term benefit to getting your name out there and telling people about the stuff you have. That's why this is important. So, and keep in mind that any advertising that you do has a direct effect on your business, good and bad. What would you do? If you were the new marketing director at Buc-ee's, would you cut the billboard campaign? Would you cut that thing that's been working for the past 20 years? Or would you double down? And they are continuing to double down. I swear, I think I see more billboards now than I did 3 years ago. And they found something that works, and they're gonna continue to dive into that. So what is Buc-ee's without their billboards? This is a direct story that you can take to your chief executive officer, to the owner of your company, and say that we need to find one marketing avenue that works really well for our business and double down on it, triple down, quadruple down on it. That's how you're gonna build a quality marketing presence. So another question that comes from this is, why spend the money, right? You have a great customer experience. Why spend the dollars? Why spend $30 million a year in a billboard campaign? Well, that is the answer. The answer is that without that billboard campaign, they're just a shell, a quick trip, QT, whatever you call it. Now, I think for this episode, I want to talk about what is on the billboards themselves. So if I remember correctly, and when you're driving next time, please, look, pay attention, because this is where you can really learn things, is by looking at what other businesses are doing. The first billboard you see is something really obscure. You got the Buc-ee's logo, and it says something like, it has some sort of pun, like paradise is 100 miles away. But that logo, those colors, that recognition let you know, hey, there's a Buc-ee's coming up. And next thing you know, you start getting closer, the billboards start ramping up in frequency. And they keep on ramping up in frequency. And then by the time you get to the gas station, there's a billboard probably every mile. And then once you're right on the exit, there's like 5 billboards everywhere. Buc-ee, stop here, stop here, stop here. It's almost obnoxious, but that's kind of what it takes. So, if you're a content marketer and you're looking to move more into traditional marketing, or you're looking to further your skill set, those billboards are content. They're just still. They're graphic design, but it's still content. So I hope this helped. If you guys have any questions about this, I'm always free to chat. You can actually drop my email below every single video. Write me an email, connect with me on LinkedIn, and let's discuss how you can create a a Buc-ee's-like marketing campaign that's gonna produce real results. There's no right answer. Everything works, and everything doesn't. It just matters about what you put on it, the type of content you create, and how well you execute your marketing department's mission. And you know the drill. Like, subscribe, follow. Really helps us promote the channel. Until next time, I'll see you later.